recording. Anyway, welcome to another episode of BJ and Coffee. He's Bill, I'm Jim, and we both got coffee. A little bit of housekeeping. First of all, hi YouTube.
Hello.
For those of you listening, we will be on YouTube as well, I think. I think it's recording. I can't see from here. You know what? Hang on. I'm going to check. Technical difficulties. Yes. Awesome. Okay, video is recording. Rock on. Okay.
Awesome. Sorry that you had to see Dino's ugly face close up.
You know. There we go. Okay. Now I'm settled. So yeah, we will be on YouTube as soon as I figure out. If you search BJ and Coffee on YouTube, you should be able to find us pretty easily. But what I will do is in the bio, I guess, for lack of a better word, for the podcast, I'll put a link there. I'll put a link on the Facebook page, right underneath our merch. Reminder, we have merch.
Merchandise.
Let's see. Okay, let me get the quick stuff out of the way. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/BJ&Coffee, all one word. Twitter, coffee_BJ, and email, bjandcoffee@gmail.com. Sorry, I'm like trying to do like two things here, and it's like I'm not used to that. But it'll get better.
You should know how to multitask.
Women are better at multitasking than men are. That's approved.
You were 24 years of an EMT. You were supposed to be able to multitask by now.
Yeah, but nobody's trying to die, so multitasking isn't turned on.
Well, you might want to start turning it on before you get here.
Well, you kill somebody, or try to kill somebody before I get here, then you hand me the creamer, I'm down. I filled my coffee cup up too much. What you guys don't know, because this is our first video too, is we now have I had an extra Keurig machine laying around. Don't ask. And so I brought that over, and it's sitting right in the middle here. So we actually can make coffee while we're sitting here. Yay.
Well, you're on that note about coffee real fast.
Hashtag Deathwish Coffee. Oh, wait.
Hold on. Don't go so fast ahead of me here.
Deathwish Coffee.
Yeah. So, as you know, we have our Dines at Drives board. So if you can actually see our board here behind us, it's actually Dine at Drives.
Yep.
Dine at Drives, not Dine and Drives. Because I don't want to finish it right, so we don't want to get sued. So, as everybody knows that listens to us every single week, we are actually big, huge Deathwish supporters. Jim actually has one of the badges. I don't know if you guys can see that little badge.
They sent me a patch. They sent me a patch for going on an auto replenishment deal. Which, by the way, Deathwish Coffee. If you just want to hook me up with like half price replenishment, I would be thrilled and call that a sponsorship. Hint, hint. We still talk about Deathwish anyway because it's so fucking good.
So I'm gonna try to put this pin through here without poking myself, which I don't know if it's gonna go through, but we're gonna try with the kettle.
You guys are actually going to see me vape now, too, instead of just hearing it.
Oh, there we go. So, we're actually putting the Deathwish patch up on the Dine and at Drives.
Yep.
On the board.
And just so y'all are aware, because, I never really had to bring this up before because nobody could see what was going on, but I'm currently today, I have my, fuck. This changes everything, man. I have my Fush Mod by Acrohm, Acrohm, on top of which I have the Wotifo Profile Unity. I did get a new drip tip for it, so it's all matchy-matchy black and white, and I got it running on the white light tonight.
Yeah, and actually that light actually right there does not look white, it actually looked like it was pink.
Well, I think that could be the angle too, but it's white. It's white over here, so I don't know how you'll see it on there. I'll take a look at the video later.
Okay, well.
I have to check the video to make sure the audio goes through fine because we're figuring this out as we go. Worst case scenario, I'll scrub the audio off the video and dub in the audio we're recording for the podcast portion. Which, yeah, we record both together.
Which is fine. I'm sure it's working now. But our luck probably with it.
So yeah, if you see when you guys watching that video, when you see the light, that's just me vaping. You're gonna see clouds, that's just me vaping. You're gonna see smoke, that's Bill smoking.
Yeah, actually today I'm actually smoking a pack of Newports because I haven't made it to the res yet because I support our local Native Americans.
Yeah, well you need to start vaping.
I know, I gotta go to the vape store one of these days and actually get freaking a little bit stronger oil.
Juice,
Oil, same thing.
no, not the same thing.
It looks like when you pour that in there. Do you ever see like how thick that is? It's thick like oil.
It's not oil.
It still looks like oil.
It's juice.
Yeah, okay, it's juice. Whatever you want to call it.
It's left-hand blinker juice.
Oh. You know what? I kind of like that. Hashtag left-hand blinker juice, since the Democrats want to take our vaping away.
Yeah, fuck that.
But we're not getting into politics today.
No, I actually, though, on the vaping, I was watching a local news channel did a town hall type video on vaping. And what bothers me is they had the vice president of the Vapors Alliance, I think it was. I didn't write this down because I hadn't planned on bringing it up, but as long as we're talking about it, vice president of the Vaping Alliance for New York State. They had a pediatric doc from Golisano. They had the general manager for the 4 premium e-cig stores around here. Then they had a superintendent from Central Square Schools and some lady from Poison Control. And my biggest gripe, they didn't actually bring in somebody who's just an adult vapor. Because, you know, I honestly, I think I could have contributed quite a bit to that because I'm an educated adult vapor. And I know what I'm talking about. I know the facts. You know, I think it could have added to that. But
you're educated or educated?
That too. No, Bill, you're the educated one. I'm the educated one.
Well, it depends on what we're talking about.
Oh shit.
If you hear water running, I'm sorry, but we're actually in our dungeon / tiki bar.
Yes, we're in the BJ Tiki Bar.
/ dungeon.
Let's see. I'm just looking to see if there's anything good going on that I want to talk about right off the bat.
Well, I have one.
Oh, fuck. Here we go.
As we all know, I talked a little bit about Kanye West leaving the wonderful rapping world. So, the iconic American rapper, Kanye West, wants to change his name to Christian Genius Billionaire. And of course, you can actually find this article. Yes, it's real news. It's on CBS News. So Kanye West was recently named one of the world's wealthiest hip hop artists, with a population estimated his net worth at $240 million.
That's it.
West, however, wants you to know he's not a millionaire; he's a billionaire. The rapper floated the idea of legally changing his name to Christian Genius Billionaire.
Rip off of Prince.
Yeah. Kanye West, just so everyone knows it, Martin Luther King didn't get killed because he had a dream. He had something else he was going to talk about. He talked about black empowerment. Sorry, my phone's going off again. I forgot to put it on silent. He talked about black empowerment, economy, empowerment. What's said at the Fast Company in Intervention Festival, according to the Hollywood Reporter, THR. The hell's THR?
The Hollywood Reporter.
Oh, okay. When I did Forbes, I showed them a $890 million receipt. They still didn't say billionaire. They don't want us to know what we can buy, that we can buy land. They don't want us to have the 100% ownership.
There's no such thing as 100% ownership of land. Because if you don't pay your fucking land taxes or your property taxes, whatever the fuck they call it, the government come and take it away.
Well, wait. Hold on.
Oh, keep going, because
No. It gets better. Hold on. It gets better.
Oh, Jesus.
So have the 100% ownership that I have at Yeezy, which he does. He owns Yeezy.
That's wonderful.
West continues referring his fashion line, which Forbes did not estimate, would top 1.5 billion this year. When people say it's crass to call yourself a billionaire, I say it might legally change my name to Christian Genius Billionaire, Kanye West, for a year until y'all understand exactly what it is. I will be on the license. I will be on license plates.
I can't even.
If West does not stick with the name change, he could be seeing Christian Genius Billionaire Kanye West on the 2024 presidential ballot. The Chicago native also addressed that prospect during the Fast Company talk. When I run for president in 2024, he started before laughter from the audience interrupted him. That y'all laughing. What are y'all laughing at? We would create so many jobs. You know, I'm not going to. Then he goes, I'm not going to run. I'm going to walk. West continued, according to THR. When you see headlines saying Kanye's crazy, one in 3 African Americans are in jail, and all the celebrities are in jail, also because they can't say nothing. They got no opinions. They're so scared. It's no secret West has an interest in politics. He mentioned a possible 2020 presidential bid in the past and famously befriended President Trump, even wearing a red MAGA hat.
Oh, I can't wait till you're done because I am so going to rip on this.
Me too. West's wife, Kim Kardashian, fucking fat whore. Oh, sorry. West has also become...
P-H-A-T.
has also become an outspoken advocate for criminal justice reform, meeting with President Trump several times to discuss the issue. West also discussed why he moves his other business endeavors to Wyoming. We've moved the Yeezys headquarters to Colby, Wyoming. I have something I can say about that.
Why? Oh, big. Sorry.
Do you know Wyoming's like one of the biggest states for like cults?
Cults. Like horses or
no, cults like, you know, they believe in like, you know, their own
religion. Cults, gotcha.
Cults, yeah, cults. Whatever. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong.
No, you're fine. I just my redneck is a little rusty, that's all. I gotta bone up on that. I'm messing with you.
Here, now y'all can see it. Look at that. There's the middle finger.
Got another one of those?
I got a bunch of them.
Shove them up your ass and walk on your elbows.
I got a bunch of them for you today. He compared himself to the Wright brothers, who lived in Dayton, Ohio. They needed a place to think, or we wouldn't have flight today. If the world only knew the capability of what we have, the press can get out of the way.
I can't even.
This story is getting getting better and better as we go on.
This is like okay. Already, we're seeing somebody with such a fucking ego that really the only thing he's done was able to string some words together that rhymed and sound. I can't even say decent because I honestly have no real tolerance for rap anyway. It's not my thing. I have nothing against rap, but you know.
You know, for the people that haven't ever listened to Kanye's West rap, we'll put up one of the fucking. I'll play one of the songs because they're not that good.
They're really not. I
love this.
Oh my god.
All right, hold on. I gotta keep going with this because this is great. So West compared himself and his business to another American invention. Yeezys is the Apple of apparel. He said during the wide range talk with Stephen Smith, the head footwear designer of Yeezys, and Mark Wilson, a senior writer at Fast Company. During the conversation, the 42-year-old West was very open about how he plans to run the Apple of apparel. Jesus, can't even talk now. Explaining that he will grow his own cotton on his Wyoming farm.
Oh my god, I can't. I don't care what you believe in, but why do you give me these wonderful toys to play with? What? You can't make this shit up. Oh my god.
No, I can't even right now.
Okay, so how much is he going to pay the people to pick the cotton?
You know what? I'm not even going to get into that right now.
But I'm going there. Okay, the ego on this though. Oh my god.
Wait, we're not done yet.
Oh my god, it's still got more.
This is a long ass fucking story. I didn't realize how long this was. I really didn't. that's not the only solution he intends to incorporate. West also said he will look into using lower impact dyes. Dyeing is one of the main things that's impacting the planet and the fashion industry. So just responsible from A to Z, he said another goal is to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. and create more jobs, he said.
That I can get behind, but
that I can get behind, yes.
The rest of it is just, I'm sorry, you can't compare yourself to Apple because we all wear clothes, and there is nothing, honestly, at this point, there really isn't anything revolutionary you can seriously do unless it's something you never have to take off. And at that point, that's just nasty because you got to wash yourself.
Exactly.
And, get it on and use the shitter and all that other fun stuff. So there's really nothing revolutionary you can do with clothing. To compare yourself to Apple, that is just no. Just no.
Kitty, 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 kitty. If you're wondering why I'm saying that, it's because I'm looking at my cat right now that for some reason made it down cellar. James.
Yeah.
Here, James. James.
Go ahead.
James. And I'm sure I look ridiculous trying to freaking right now trying to get the kitty. Give me about 2 seconds.
Go for it. Everybody can enjoy it.
Come here, babies. Come here. Come on. Come on.
And he's going for the stairs.
Good boy. Good boy.
Y'all saw it here, folks. You heard it well, sort of live. Oh my God. Of course, being the first video, that's why it's going to happen like this, but that's okay. It just makes it more fun for our listeners.
Absolutely. Sorry about that, guys. Cat problems. Okay.
Bill can't control his pussy.
Well.
Anyway.
That cat's annoying.
Back to Kanye.
Okay, back to Kanye. So running his fashion line has not always been easy. West was speaking openly and often about that. During the Fast Company talk, he revealed that he had a deal fall through with Paris based fashion LVMH. Such a deal could have been huge. Judging by LVMH brand, and I'm not even trying to pronounce these French names.
French?
These French names, forget that. No, I'm done on that one.
Just put a rubber band around your lips and you'll be fine.
Yeah. So the deal and its decision came during one of the worst times for the West family, a period when Kim Kardashian was held at gunpoint during a robbery in Paris, and West was hospitalized for exhaustion, he said.
Yeah, we still have our doubts about that.
I have my doubts about that fucking robbery.
And the exhaustion.
Exactly. Still, West flew to Paris to support his friend Vogel. Oh, I'm not even going to pronounce that last name. Fuck no. He was named the first African-American creative director of Louis Vuitton. They actually don't have it as Louis, they have it as Louis.
No, it's pronounced Louis.
But they spell it as Louis.
Yeah, it's French. It's pronounced Louis.
Okay, whatever. Idiots. No one knew that the deal...
Nobody likes the French anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, I think we just lost some listeners on that one.
Oh, well. No one knew the deal had been pulled. No one knew that was the beginning of me going to the hospital. No one knew how this game is, West said. Now West is back and appears to be more focused than ever. He recently dropped a new gospel album, Jesus is King. And in the run-up to the album and during its promotion, he spoke extensively about his new journey through faith.
Ugh. Excuse me, that's all I got to say about that.
I seriously want to find this video. There's got to be videos of him, Jesus is King by Kanye West on freaking. I gotta find it.
No,
I gotta find it.
I am all good.
Gotta find it.
Oh my God. As if he has. I can't even. The sheer volume of ego makes Donald Trump look normal. And like I said, this is not being mean to the president, because it's really not. The man has an ego. That's a fact. Everybody knows it. But compared to Kanye West, he looks perfectly fucking normal. Seriously. He's not trying to change his name to Billionaire Jesus Christ or some shit like that. You know? And Trump actually is a billionaire.
Christian genius billionaire. Sorry.
Yeah, still. Still.
Say that about 10 times fast.
I mean, I seem to remember, everybody laughed when Prince changed his name to that weird symbol, which if you look back at why he did it, it made perfect sense. It was essentially because he had a shitty recording contract he was trying to work around. So, I respect that. He did it in the most legal. I mean, was it ethically good what Prince did? Not necessarily, but legally it was perfectly acceptable.
Oh no! Now the story even gets even interesting now too.
Like it wasn't already crazy enough.
Yeah, I know. And in addition to music and business, Wes is also focusing on helping others. He began building small domed houses on the 312 acres of land he owns in California to be used for low-income housing. PHR reported, but the project hit a snag in September when the city ordered him to tear it down. West, however, still has faith in the project. The most healing medication possible is love. He said at the Fast Company event, the greatest thing we as humans have is each other. We need to be close to each other, but industry has designed cities where the house has to be a certain amount of distance from the school or your job, so that you have to get in a car or take a public transportation. The world is set up to make us think that we need to have less children, when children is the greatest thing and the closest thing to God that we have.
Wow, dude. Does he not realize the world is currently so overpopulated already? Not that I'm against having kids.
I gotta say this. Me being a Christian man that I am. Okay? No, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No. You know how I am about religion in general.
You have your beliefs, I have my beliefs, okay?
Exactly, that's perfect like that.
Okay? I'm gonna say one little fucking thing on this.
Yeah. Let her rip.
And I'm sorry, God, if I'm sitting right now, because this just fucking irritates me the fuck out of me just now for what I just read. When children is the greatest thing and the closest thing to God. That children are not the goddamn closest thing to fucking God.
No. Cleanliness is.
It's not the closest thing to God either.
No, it's a joke. It's the old saying, cleanliness is next to godliness.
The closest thing to God, believe it or not, is your heart. And to get the closeness to God is to believe that God is your Lord and Savior, and also to confess your sins. But not just that, also forgiveness. Now, I can go on for hours about this, but I'm leaving it at that.
Yes.
Because you know why? Because now that just pisses me off, and you know what? I want to throw my fucking phone against the goddamn wall and break the fucking thing.
Which is going to cause you to have to go buy a new one, which, increases.
And that was the end of that fucking whole story, because there's nothing else there.
Okay.
They ended it on that.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Nope, I forgot. Hold on.
He's going to have the kids pick the cotton.
So we have to regenerate the cities. West and his wife have 4 children, but he recently told James Carden he wants 7.
Seventh son of the seventh son will be the mightiest warlock ever known. Anyway.
And there it was.
I have made my prophecy. The podcast is over. No,
okay, so here's my thing. Back to real fast on this wonderful bullshit.
Bullshit.
You're going to Wyoming to set up a
cult.
You're going to Wyoming to start a farm, a cotton picking farm.
I'll wait one cotton pick a minute here, son.
I got a quick question for this whole thing. Why do I feel like like slavery is going to come back in the fucking realm with him.
We're gonna be white Irish slaves again, I'm sure.
Fuck, I'm screwed. I'm not going to Wyoming anytime soon for a vacation.
Stay away from Wyoming. You know, like I said, there's. Oh, I mean, okay, let me say this. I'm all about American jobs and bringing manufacturing back home to the U.S.
I'm not against bringing jobs here to the U.S. and, you know, and...
This whole... My biggest issue with this whole story is the sheer volume of ego involved. How can he even fit in the U.S. with everybody else with all that ego? I just don't.
And that's the thing. Like, after reading the story, wow. I kind of wish I never read it, but
Can I have that 25 minutes of my life back, please?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Me too. But, you know, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking about it. You know, I'm thinking as in, you know, me being a Christian man and, you know, believing in, you know, Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior and all this other stuff. What you're doing is not even, I don't know, like, reasonable?
It's, you know, the sad part, I can't even come up with a good statement on this other than, what the fuck? You know,
I mean, I seriously cannot, like, just, I can't wrap my head around it. It's just the fact that it's a cult. This guy is fucking lost his mind. That's 25 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
Yeah, I hear you there.
Tim, what do you got? Anything good? Something better than this, please.
I'm trying to, now I really got to find something.
Hey, real shout out real fast. Hey, I have actually a good story, actually. It's the actual hashtag Thin Blue Line.
Go for it, because I gotta...
So, as some of us, you know, now I've told you, now the viewers, of course, and now,
the listeners.
I'm a president, and Jim is actually the vice president of a non-profit. Yes, this is actually going to get into the actual hashtag Thin Blue Line. Election day, we decided to have a spaghetti dinner.
Yep.
I'm not going to get into how we did. I say we did fair. That's what I'll say.
Yep.
But we ended up having a lot of leftovers. We made more than what we thought. So, with that being said, is we had those leftovers, and we're all looking at each other like, what are we gonna do with all those leftovers, man? I'm like, man, I don't really know. I'm like, I'll donate some to the village, DPW workers, electric department, and people that work in the village hall. That fell through. So we didn't do that. But we're going to. We really were. Jim goes, hey, Bill, I got an idea. And I said, yeah, what's that? He goes, well, what about the police department?
Mm-hmm.
I thought about it for a few minutes. I did. And, he said, well, how are we going to get a hold of him? Because at that time, it was almost 9 o'clock at night.
I'm just that good.
You know, I got to give Jim credit. He actually is that good. He actually did able to get a hold of him. So we had the Salve, New York Police Department, the Geddes Police Department, and they also delivered some of that spaghetti actually to also the 911 center.
Two large chafing pan size trays.
Actually 3. No, there's 4.
I was gonna say we had the Salve and Geddes Police shared a full size chafing pan of spaghetti and another pan of meatballs and a pan of salad. And there was another pan of spaghetti and pan of meatballs that they took up to the 911 dispatch center. So everybody ate well that night while they were looking out for everybody's safety, which I think is pretty fucking awesome.
So Friends of Charles at Park, like I said, stepped up and we gave back to our local police department and of course our 911 center.
Yep.
To help them out, and it was a good time.
Yeah, and it was appreciated because and that's something when you have those opportunities, it's nice to take them because.
And you know what? I have a copy of the picture. I'm gonna pop that over to BJ and Coffee real quick. Give me a second here. Get out of this Conway West story. My head's still bobbling around here.
So I'm going to go down a whole different road here on this. Pun intended when you hear the story. Despite a plethora of gas-powered motorcycles at Vogue's booth, that's VOGE, at EICMA 2019, their new electric motorcycle received the most attention with a center stage reveal. Let's see. The Vogue ER10 electric motorcycle was shown at the Milan Motorcycle Show. Could another curtain be beginning to drop on the 250cc level gas motorcycles? Now, I mention this because I do. Yes. I still have my motorcycle license. I miss my bike, but I've been kind of like toying around with the idea of picking up a bike with like a crap engine on it or something like that, and replacing it, converting it over to be electric. Is it because I feel the need to be environmentally conscious? No, it's just because it's cool, it's techy and geeky, and something that I can do. So, when I see things about electric motorcycles, I get excited because it means I'm headed in the right direction. But, I saw this. Now, its top speed is, 100 kilometers an hour, which is 62 miles an hour for the rest of us. Falls nicely between highway capable and like scooters. And by scooter, I mean like Vespa style, not like, stand on and hold the handle style. Great. Now your wife is throwing dirty clothes at us.
If you see a sock come flying at Jim's head, I'm telling you right now, if a dirty sock comes flying and hits Jim square in the head,
sock it to me.
I am literally going to fall on the floor, dying laughing so hard in my life. I might even start crying.
The Vogue ER10's liquid-cooled and swing-arm-mounted 6 kilowatt, 8 horsepower mid-drive motor is rather small for its speed rating, but it actually puts out 14 kilowatts of peak power. That should be plenty for sporty acceleration, especially on a bike that only weighs 115 kilograms, which translates to 250 pounds.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm saying. I think the bike weighs a little less than I do. Can cruise for up to 62 miles on a single charge of its 4.2 kilowatt hour battery pack, though it isn't clear at what speed that range is rated. Considering the efficiency of similar electric motorcycles, I wager that you need to be traveling around half the bike's top speed, or approximately 50 kilometers / 31 miles per hour, to hit the bike's full rated range. But they do give another true data point indicating that the ER10 can hit over 120 kilometers of range at 30 kilometers an hour. So,
in other words, I can make the word back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. For me, that would be the key thing. Is like, for me, that something like that would be simply a work transport. Something I can take to and from work that I don't have because obviously it's not really good for traveling around with the dogs or the wife or go. I mean, I can go get groceries with it as long as I put like saddlebags or back pot on it or something to that effect. But I find it interesting though to see. Like I said, it's the tech thing for me. Plus, there's something else I enjoy, which is motorcycles. So, to me, it's actually a really cool combination that allows people who are maybe I'm seeing a shift in the motorcycle industry from the loud, obnoxious, to some people, motorcycles into these like basically silent electric bikes. Now, here's the other thing though, is that if you don't have the noise, how are you going to be heard on the highway when dumbasses don't pay attention to what's around them in their cars?
Well, I mean, is there spokes on that?
Spokes?
Yeah, like spokes.
In the wheels?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. For anybody that didn't get that reference, it's the old, when we were kids, putting playing cards on it with a clothespin and the bicycle spokes thing.
And I was thinking clothespin, I was thinking super glue.
Super glue?
Well, yeah, that way it stays on.
Oh, okay.
Vibration going down the road,
Yeah, true.
Clothespin will fall off.
You hit like 10 miles an hour and it's like behind you somewhere. But I mean, like I said, I actually got some really good info from somebody I found on YouTube, and it was, he did a full from scratch build of an electric motorcycle, which was really neat to watch. Resist Tech Systems, something like that. But I actually reached out to him. I emailed him and said, hey, I'm looking at doing this, basically converting a gas bike to electric. What would you recommend for parts? And he emailed me back and gave me a whole list, and I'm like, dude, you are friggin' awesome. I always love when people are open to, sharing information, because it's things like that that really drive innovation and the evolution of technology. To me, it's just cool. I've always been big. I love it when you can share stuff and gain knowledge and learn something new. Let's see, what else have we got?
Well, I got the original Marlboro man died at the age of 90. Never lit once in his life.
Yeah. That doesn't, I got nothing on that. I'm
the first real life cowboy who held a Marlboro cigarette in his hand and played the role of the Marlboro man, even though he wasn't a smoker, has died. Robert Norris, who played the advertising icon for a dozen of years, reportedly died last Sunday at his ranch in Colorado Springs. As the story goes, as Success noticed that Norris, in a newspaper photo with his longtime friend, on an actor by the name of John Wayne.
Yeah.
And wow, no shit. And tracked him down at his 63,000 acre ranch in Colorado.
Damn.
That's John Wayne's ranch, 63,000 acre ranch. John Wayne has that many acres.
You don't even know. I would love to have land like that, and then horses and toys to ride around on it with.
Promise Hunt land right there. God damn it! Oh, somebody just came up on Twitter. Jesus Christ! I don't even think I want to look. They thought he was perfect for the rugged, generous cowboy character, and according to a friend, he did it as a favor. This was in the 60s, and Bob appeared in magazines, commercials, and billboards for the cigarette company for the next 12 years.
Well, here's an interesting side note to that. I've actually met the Winston man, Dave Gerlitz.
I met the Winston women.
Dave
I got a funny story for that too.
Oh, well, hang on. Let me tell my story first, then it'll be your turn. Dave actually went from, he's actually had a lot of complications from his time as the Winston man because of the smoking involved. He actually did smoke, smoked Winstons, and he now has a lot of respiratory issues that were related to that, and has become a huge advocate for vaping, which is actually how I met him, because they screened the movie A Billion Lives here in Syracuse, and I had the opportunity to go, so of course I went. And he was there for a Q&A session afterward. The funny part is, in that theater, I was probably the only one old enough to actually remember those Winston commercials and advertisements with him on there. So it was kind of cool, and we got talking, and he's really just a nice, down-to-earth, great guy, and huge advocate for the vaping industry, and he stepped back for a little bit because unfortunately his wife passed 2 months ago. And just very suddenly and unexpectedly, but he's getting back in the saddle again to keep it on target with the Marlboro man there, and he will be coming back at full force in favor of vaping. So these states better watch out, because he's got the info. And if you've never seen A Billion Lives, you have any interest at all in vaping, or just curious about the whole concept, even if you don't vape or smoke, definitely check out A Billion Lives. I'm sure, I think it's on Hulu's got it. I think Netflix might have it. It's probably on Google Video. I mean, there's a bunch of places you can find it. You may have to rent it unless you have options for just streaming, in which case anybody can find it. Go with your Winston girls.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I was reading something fast. So, as everybody knows, I'm a huge racing fan. You know, NASCAR, dirt racing, Sligo Speedway, Certifieds, all that happy horse shit.
I just drive fast.
Yeah, well, we're not going there today. I'm driving fast. That was a scary adventure. Another story. So, anyways, in 2001, when I graduated high school, was given as a gift tickets to go to a NASCAR race with two of my uncles. So at that time, it was, I believe, if I remember right, it was still called Winston Cup, if I remember right. And it was a bus trip that actually went out. And at the bus trip, they actually give you 2 laps around the actual speedway.
Nice.
So you
driving the bus?
I wasn't driving the bus, but I would have loved to.
Well, I'm saying the 2 laps around the speedway. What, the bus?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you drive the bus around the speedway twice?
Well, I didn't drive the bus. I was riding on the bus. I was a window licker, son of a bitch.
Was it the short bus?
No, it wasn't. It was a coach.
Oh.
But anyways.
There is a video of somebody drifting a bus out there, though.
Yeah, I've seen those videos. So anyways, we were there. We were at the NASCAR race, and prior to our 2 laps, we actually were able to get off the bus. They parked all the buses on the back stretch, and they actually pulled up with 4 race cars. One that says, Winston Cup, and then 3 others that were actual race cars from another track that they use now they were using that as a show car.
Gotcha.
Anyways, the 2 girls that got out of the Winston car were hot as fuck. And they were their actual 2 girls that were actually hired by Winston, for the NASCAR races because they were the big sponsor for them.
Yep.
Okay.
Back when Big Tobacco used to sponsor the fuck out of everything to make more sales.
Exactly. And the best part is, of course, my one uncle, he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, Bill." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "I bet you won't go up to her right now and ask her for a blowjob."
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Did you?
No.
So he was right. Excuse me.
Well, I had more respect for women.
No, that's a good thing, though. It's not a bad thing. Of course, I'm going to mess with you a little bit, but that is pretty cool. I mean, like I said, it's cool when you get to meet people like that. So, Lake County, Florida, declares itself a Second Amendment sanctuary.
What?
Lake County commissioners this week became the latest county in the U.S. and the first in Florida to declare they're prepared to buck any new gun restrictions by becoming a Second Amendment sanctuary. Let's see.
When I hear the word sanctuary, I usually think of a church.
Yes and no. Syracuse is a sanctuary city for illegal immigrants, which means they'll do everything they can to prevent ICE from coming in and taking them out, which I think is a fucking joke. But that's another story.
Yeah, bring ICE in.
Basically what they're doing is they're drawing a line in the sand and saying that they're sick and tired of all the bullshit gun control assholes that think gun control means taking away guns from the legal, legitimate, law-abiding owners.
Oh man, I wish I could find the video on that now, because I just watched a video the other day about that. Oh my god, it was so fucking amazing. I wonder if I shared it. Should have. Damn it!
This is in response to people like Beto O'Rourke, who is among the Democratic presidential hopefuls, saying, "Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15 and your AK-47." Now,
out of my cold dead hands.
Damn Skippy. Here's the thing. Like I said, I'm not a gun nut by any stretch of the imagination. I'm really not. I'm getting back into the whole air gun thing again, and by air gun I'm talking like legit actual air rifles, not like, little airsoft bullshit. But I see this as a positive step in making sure that we as American citizens maintain our constitutional rights. Unfortunately, New York State sucks. The sooner I get the hell out of this state, the happier I'll be. But I'm stuck here, so it is what it is. Let's see. Apparently, it was a unanimous decision by the commissioners to basically say that they're not going to enforce any bullshit laws that come down the pike regarding the Second Amendment. It was written as it was for a reason, and I need to point out that the Second Amendment was written that we as citizens are allowed to keep and bear arms in defense of all. I can't. In defense of basically to defend ourselves against any enemies, foreign or domestic. And how you take that really depends on your point of view, I suppose. But if you remember, this was right after the Revolutionary War, and in their eyes, domestic was the people who were trying to run them into the ground in the guise of government. I am not advocating a civil war, Revolutionary War, any of that. I'm just saying, from a historical perspective, that's how it was written. So, people forget about that. You go back in the 50s, 60s, even in the 70s, there were rifle teams in high schools, and kids were taught about shooting, in school and we didn't have things like, school shootings, because kids learned what firearms were, how to properly handle it, and to fucking respect them. You don't teach kids that these days, so you get stupid shits doing stupid stuff, and, the sad part is most of these people just needed a boot in the ass as a kid, and they would have been just fine. But, what do I know, though?
Damn it.
You playing with your phone again, Bill?
I'm looking for a video.
Yeah, everybody can see that now.
And it's supposed to God damn it, it's supposed to be pause, but I keep fucking playing the goddamn videos.
Well, in any case, I will, on other news, Netflix is cracking down on the password sharing issue. See, my concern with that comes to, we watch Netflix, well, actually, we used to watch Netflix. We don't have Netflix anymore. Fuck that noise. Not worth it. But, if we had Netflix, we would watch it at home and at my wife's shop. Are they going to say that I can't use it in both places, even though it's just us using it? Because that's pretty much where they're heading there, and...
Well, I think what they're trying to do is, I don't know if they can do it or not, but from what I heard from other sources, from other people, is they're trying to make it so, okay, so in other words, I use Netflix here in my house, alright, and I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make it so it's, only, maybe watching your Wi-Fi or how you're using it. I don't know, but that's what I heard.
Well, see, like I said, that's where my issue is, because I'm not going to pay for 2 fucking Netflix accounts so we can watch it at home and then at the shop when we're boarding dogs or whatever. That's not cool. It's it's just us watching it. Just because we have 2 locations we can watch it in, it should not affect that.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you 110%.
I guess the concerning part is the fact that they haven't given any real details that I've found as to how they're going to quote unquote crack down on this. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand, if you were to give me your login and password, that's not cool. It's now technically I'm stealing from Netflix, or we both are. I get that. I don't have an issue with cracking down on that. However,
exactly.
You can't just say I can't watch it at home and at work. Excuse me. If I've got Netflix on my laptop and I've got an hour or 2 to kill when I'm at work, when I'm off the clock, why can't I watch it at work? It's and if I'm going to have, I've got 5 different Fire TV sticks at home. Well, 4 at home, 1 at the shop. Are you going to tell me I can't have access to Netflix on all of those, and my laptop, and my phone, and my wife's phone, and the computer at the shop? I mean, there's just so many realms for this to go horribly, horribly wrong. But then again, I'm sure Disney is quite happy about that. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm still trying to find this freaking video.
What video are you looking for?
I got it.
Oh God.
It's a North Carolina man's speech on city council meeting about gun control. I'm gonna play this for you guys because this guy says it right. Hold on, the advertisement's gotta go through first.
In the history of American politics, the Democrats
No, I
want
can
to
skip.
take away your.
I've heard a whole lot of people here talking tonight about this group, that group, domestic violence, blacks, these minorities, that minority. What I want to know is, when are you all going to start standing up for the majority? And here's who the majority is. I'm the majority. I'm a law-abiding citizen who never shot anybody, never committed a serious crime, never committed a felony. I've never done anything like that. But it seems like every time we have one of these shootings, nobody wants to blame it. Put the blame where it goes, which is at the shooter's feet. You want to put it at my feet. You want to turn around and restrict my right, constitutional right that's spelled out in black and white. You want to restrict my right to buy a firearm and protect myself from some of the very people you're talking about in here tonight. It's ridiculous. I don't think Rod Serling could come up with a better script. It does not make any sense. The law-abiding citizens of this community and many communities around this country, we're the first ones taxed and the last ones considered and the first ones punished when things like this happens because our rights are the ones that are being taken away. That's the reason why I came down here today. Gun show or no gun show, NRA or no NRA. I'm here to stand up for the law-abiding citizens of this community. Because I'm going to tell you that what's going to happen. You can take the guns away from us all you want to. You all write a law, I follow the law, I'll break my guns down here, I'll turn them in. But here's what's going to happen. The Crips and the Bloods on the other side of town, they're not going to turn their guns in. They're going to hold on to them. And what's going to happen when you have to send the police down there to go take them? The police can barely enforce the law as it is. That's what I see. We demonize the police, criminalize it, and vilify the police, and we make the criminals into victims. And we're talking about restricted guns? How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that when the police department's already hamstrung? You're not going to be able to go down here and take these guns from these criminals. So the criminals are going to hold on to their guns. They're still going to have them. They're still going to break in my house. They're still going to shoot me with it. And guess who's going to be the one that suffers? It's going to be me. Well, I'm here to tell you tonight, it is not going to happen without a fight. And when I say fight, I don't mean shots fired. I don't mean fist thrown. I mean I'm going to come down here to this city council and raise hell just like these loonies from the left do until you listen to the majority of the people in this city. And I am the majority. The majority of the people in this city are law-abiding. And they follow the law. And they want their constitutional right to be able to bear arms. They want to be able to go to the gun show and buy a hunting rifle or a sport rifle. They don't military-grade weapons sold at the gun show. An AR-15 is not a military-grade weapon. Anybody would go into combat with an AR-15 is a fool. It's a semi-automatic 22 rifle. You get killed in 15 minutes in combat with that gun. So we need to dispel all these myths and we need to drop all this division that we got going on. But the bottom line is that the Second Amendment was written. Whether the framers liked it or not, they wrote it for everybody. And I am everybody. And the law-abiding citizens of this city are everybody. And we want our rights and we want to keep our rights. And by God, we're going to keep them. Come hell or high water.
Amen. See, I'm not the only one that's been saying that all along.
Exactly. And that was from North Carolina, man. I'll tell you right now, I'd love to find out who this man is, because I'll tell you right now, I would love to have him on the show.
Hell yeah. We'll make a whole 2A show. Although, speaking of special shows, coming up a Thanksgiving week, we will have our next special show drop. We are going to have a couple of very special guests who recently confirmed. And it's going to be at a special location, which is also confirmed. So
Did you confirm it like I told you?
Yes. I talked to Mary, it's confirmed. I talked to Amy, it's confirmed. So for those of you in the Syracuse area or Central New York area that listen to 93Q in the mornings, we are going to have special guests Ted and Amy on our next special show. And that will
You might want to get polished up on your racing there, buddy.
My what?
You might want to get polished up on some racing.
Really?
Did you say one of them was
No,
race fan?
no. That's the other station. That's 95X.
Oh.
I'm working on that one still. But yes, we're going to have Ted and Amy. They have been on the air together for, I think, over 30 years now, and were recently inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame. So that's, I think that's a pretty cool one to have. And
Woohoo!
yes, just good, nice people. And I'm very happy that they agreed to, do our special show with us. That to me is, I think it's a nice feather in the cap. And we will be having this at Gracie's Kitchen, which is a local diner here in Solvay, New York. We'll throw more details out there as time comes on. So
So is that gonna be another place we can put up on our
yes
board,
yes it is.
or is it going in the box?
No, I'll go on the board.
Board or box? Board or box? Board or box?
You've eaten there. It's going to be on the board. You know that.
I don't know. You never know. Could be in the box. Could be in the board.
Nope, they'll be on the board. God knows I've eaten enough food from there. It'll be on the board.
So
yeah,
okay, our viewers and our listeners,
mm-hmm.
it could be either on the board or in the box.
Right. It only goes in the box if it needs work.
I'm just saying. I mean, we're being technical here. We can't just be partial because we've
Okay.
eaten there before.
Okay, we will base our decision on the food we eat that day. Let's see. What was I going to say? We will base our decision on the food we have that day. There will be no video for that one just because it takes just a little too much space away from them to be able to set the video to, but it'll be an audio only podcast. I may, depending on my mood and my inclination, convert it into a video format to throw on YouTube. But, if you guys want us to put that one onto YouTube as well, for those of you that are just listening, I turned around and pointed at the camera. I broke the fourth wall. Don't you know? I'm a Deadpool fan. What can I say? If you would like me to put it onto YouTube as well, it would just be like a still background of either our logo or something crazy like that. Let me know. Hit us up on Facebook. Hit us up. Email bjandcoffee@gmail.com. Facebook bjandcoffee. Hell, tweet at us. Tweet at coffee_bj, and we will pay attention to that. And I will, go with. If you guys want it, I will make it happen.
And indeed, it is a
God damn it.
Now, speaking of food, though, I got one more for us before we wrap up here. Apparently, Carroll's Corporation, who is the largest Burger King franchisee in the country, lost out on about $8.3 million over the first 9 months of this year. Apparently, when they were doing their Whopper sale, the Whoppers were being rung up improperly because of the way it was put into the system at their home office. And instead of being fries and a drink at regular price when you buy your cheap pair of Whoppers, it was ringing them up at the value meal discount. And so they lost like $8.3 million because of a coding mistake. It was not an accounting issue, it was not a systems issue, it was a mistake, according to Carroll's CEO, Dan Accordino. Without that error, the company's same-store sales would have been at 7.4%, well above the Burger King average. The funny thing is, they still, overall, just pure like numbers of Whoppers sold and number of sales in general were way up, and were up significantly. And so if they hadn't had that mistake, they would have made a bunch of cash on it. But what do I know?
Yeah, that's true. But I want to just shout out real fast to a Randy Barger. I hope I said that right. He just liked our post on our Facebook of the photo I just posted of the thin blue line.
Thank you, Randy. You're awesome.
So and Brandy,
Feel free to share us around. We're good like that.
If I said your name wrong, I apologize. Forgive me. I'm horrible sometimes with last names, but just another quick shout out real fast.
Randy Behringer, yes, got it.
Behringer, yes, Behringer.
Randy, another fellow vapor. Keep it cloudy, my friend. Keep it cloudy.
Shout out real fast. Someone just posted too on Facebook that our wonderful local football high school varsity football team is winning the state game 14-7.
Nice.
I'm not sure what quarter they're in, but it says
Go Bearcats.
5:15 to go. But so yeah, we're actually looking pretty damn good this year.
Yes, we are.
State title all the way home, baby.
And that note, I think we're past the hour mark, so I think we can wrap it up here.
Oh, you want to go the 2 hours this time?
No, I can't do that tonight. I gotta get me some food, man. I'm starving. Yeah, look, I can't really get away with that now that we're on video. I got my fat belly. I'm starving.
There's one little thing though.
What's that?
Before you leave, we have a car to push into my driveway.
Yes, I know. Oh, I need to get
My
some
wonderful
food.
fun adventure today of driving a car with no brakes.
Well, I told you, just stand in the driveway with a rock. I'll get it in there for you, and you just throw the rock into the tire, and we'll call it good.
Well, driving a car with a stage 3 clutch was kind of fun.
Yeah, like I said, I saw where you had it parked on the street. I got enough room for a good run up so I can drift it around the corner into the driveway.
The only problem, it doesn't start now.
Well, I got a jump pack in the car, so we're good. Anyway, though, thank you all for listening and watching. And don't forget,
Get real.
don't forget, if you want to check it out, you can search BJ and Coffee on YouTube. And once I have it all up and uploaded and running, I will share that link on our Facebook page, BJ and Coffee, and through the bio. I'll put a link in the bio, so you should be able to check that from wherever you listen to us from. And I might even tweet it as well, just for shits and giggles.
Hey, even check out our merchandise and actually buy something, will you?
Yes, and I'm so actually. Hang on, I can tell you what the shit. If I open the right thing
and
here.
another quick shout out real fast. I don't know if you guys can see it, but thank you, Wacky Wally, for my wonderful coffee mug. I love it.
Wacky Wally
From Wacky Wally's Firewood. Go check him out too on
Yes.
Facebook.
Wally is a good guy. Crap. I'm trying to see if I can find the. Let's see. Nope. Nope.
I just thought about something for coffee.
Really?
Smoked blend.
No smoke. No smoke. Oh, here we go. Okay.
No, seriously. You know how you get like, you can like smoke like meats and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Why couldn't you have like a smoked blend coffee?
I don't know. So anyway, merch. You go to Teespring, that's TEE spring.com/stores/BJ-and-coffee. We've got a few things there. There's a BJ and Coffee logo on it, and we've got the ever famous You're All Idiots t-shirt as well. Feel free to check those out. And yes, everything you do does help help our podcast. Helps us keep it running. So again, thank you all for listening and watching. If you've done one or the other, check the other out while you're at it. I think that covers everything. But just remember, you are all awesome people. You all have the potential to just do awesome, amazing things with your life. Sometimes you got to get out of your own way to do it, but you know what? It's definitely worth it. Change is scary, but sometimes you need a little bit of change to do the things you need to do to make life fucking amazing.
I got a great idea.
What's that?
Why don't we get some of our own merchandise, have a meet and greet somewhere, and actually sign it?
I think we might be able to arrange that. I got a couple ideas and we can work on that, and once we do have that set up, we will let you guys know when and where. I think we can do that. So again, thank you all. We appreciate it, and we will catch you all next week.
Catch you on the flip side.
And I need to hit the stop button. There we go. Okay, for you guys watching it, you get an extra 10 seconds. I think I pressed stop. Let me go check that. Oof.
And if you didn't, then it's definitely going to be still going.
Nope, I didn't. Stop.